under 100 means under 50. You are able to see, you are able to listen them on live, and you are able to ask the question, right? So for a student and parent, they should feel proud and they should be very open if you have anything, because this would be a journey of your child, and every parent, every student is thinking that I should get the IIT Mumbai with the CS branch in top 50, or the student who has pursued their career into the medical science, so they are thinking that I should get the AIMS Delhi. Like in this journey, what need to be done, what need not to be done, like see, we as a teacher, we as a mentor, we always guide. You as a parent always guide. But you are sitting in front of all these stars who have shown their mettle for achieving what they were, and they are going to discuss those things directly with you. So you should be very open and you should ask if you have anything. Last, we have already shared the Google form where many questions have already come to us. The same questions we have compiled and we are going to ask directly from them. So I think it is an opportunity. We should take it very, very carefully, because I don't know whether such type of event in Hyderabad has happened or not. So that's it from my side. Now you can start your program.
The standard way, na bhuto, na bhavishyato. I will tell you, all the people who are sitting over here, you can record their live responses also and make the notes of it, of what they are going to say. So my first question goes from my left-hand side, first seater over here. How did you avoid procrastination and discipline? Yes, everyone can answer this. Common question, so you can think about it and answer.
Hello? Yeah. How did I avoid procrastination and
Or overcome the disappointments with that?
it's a hard question to answer, but it's more about like being motivated and having reminders around you that you need to study every day, reach your goal. It's like having reminders around you about your goal. Like the friends I made, my parents, my mentors, like every day, indirectly or directly, they will be reminding me that I need to like chase after my goal. And then you'll have the time to rethink, being like, what am I doing? Why am I not studying? Why am I like procrastinating? And yeah, like when everyone around you motivates you to do something, it's pretty easy to do it.
Avoid procrastination and stay disciplined. The core part of this question. Please go ahead, sir.
So procrastination is something I personally have struggled quite a lot with, and a method which I have settled upon right now is like to keep a series of tasks in your mind, or I personally use a task app, and like every time you open your phone or every time you look at your wall or something, and you must see the task you have planned for yourself in this week, or let's say in the coming month, and through that you can like manage your plan. Because what happens is you have some tasks in your hand right now, and some tasks you like procrastinate on and say that like you'll do it a week later. But what happens is you don't necessarily get reminded a week later that you have to do that task. So like the best option is to keep a task list. And apart from that, for the general motivation, like I'd say if you believe in the goal you are pursuing and you believe the reason you are pursuing that goal for is genuine, then I don't think there is any other like need for external motivation or something.
I called all of them on the stage by their names and their ranks and all, but there is a small thing. If they could introduce themselves also when the questions are coming in, before they answer them, if they could introduce themselves again. And more than what I can say, they know themselves very well. Can you just have your name and details? Could you spell, please? Yeah, you.
My name is Videep Reddy Chalapalli. I have secured an All India rank 36 in JEE Advanced. And okay, introduction.
What else you want to say? It's up to you, my boy.
So like, I mean, I started studying since 11th, and I mean,
student who got 1000 rank in IIT Advanced, if I give the mic to him, he never leave the mic for at least 15-20 minutes and he'll speak like anything. But the student who is sitting over here. If you ask any question, they summarize in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Just elaborate yourself.
Shulme, I think these questions are the toughest than the JEE questions for you people over here.
I mean, there was no goal of this question. Just introduce ourselves. Like, yeah. I can tell about my hobbies like this. I like playing keyboard, and I mean, I had a phase where I was like doing card magic tricks. I used to be into cubing. That's what my hobbies were. I did not think much about JEE till 10th. I was just thinking about getting good marks at school. And in fact, 9th, 10th, I did not even do that very well, I would say. But like, yeah, around 10th, ending, my parents kind of hurt my intellectual ego in one way, saying that you're not studying. And they were like, at this rate, you're not going to get an IIT. And I'm like, how could they say that to me? I guess it helped.
One thing before the Razik will introduce, one condition. You will talk about yourself except your academics. Anna.
Yes.
Don't talk about your academics. Anna.
So, hello, I'm Rajdeep. I'm from Odisha, but my father is in the Air Force, so I've been born and brought up in like various other parts of India. So, like obviously, like culture of various parts of India has had an impact on myself and my personality. And I obviously have had these bittersweet moments in which I relocate from one place to other. But apart from that, the thing I'd like to stress on is like moving through these cities. The thing like I've gained the most from is like talking to the people and noticing their culture and like feeling the strength of unity among all parts of India. So that's a thing I always admire about India. And obviously I have a lot of hobbies, like I play piano, guitar, I do a lot of cubing. I like to collect pens for some reason. And obviously like I watch movies, I watch web series and all that stuff you guys also do. And but apart from that, I have dabbled quite a lot in Olympiads as well. I was a gold medalist in National Olympiad in Astronomy and Astrophysics, as well as the Junior Science Olympiad. And yeah, that's all.
Can we have the next person introducing yourself and then the question to be floated onto you?
Okay, so hi, I am Vedlahoti and I got All India Rank 1 in JEE Advanced this year. And I'm originally from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And other than academics, majorly my interests are in academics only, and I like reading books in my free time. I generally don't do anything else, but recently in the past 2-3 years, I have developed interest in chess and cricket also.
Ved, was there a moment of procrastination with you, and how did you overcome it and stay disciplined?
Like earlier, initially I used to procrastinate sometimes because because it was the early part of the syllabus covering, but later I realized that we cannot procrastinate. The syllabus is so huge that whenever we procrastinate, we fall back in the race. We get back in achieving our targets. We should be motivated enough not to let these things come between our way. When we are like truly following our passion, when we are truly interested, and apart from that, as Rajdeep mentioned, you can always make lists of what tasks you have to complete daily or weekly or monthly. Or apart from that, what your Allen's mock tests, they are conducted every 15 days or 21 days. So they have fixed syllabus, and I followed that I have to complete this much syllabus in 21 days. And following this, I didn't procrastinate more than 21 days because you ultimately have to complete the syllabus for that test. And this helped me a lot in avoiding procrastination.
Just hear the All India Rank 1 saying it to you. Other than academics, nothing else played a part in his life. But the fact is, when he also came through these ups and downs of life, how he had carried on. Can I have the next brilliant soul to introduce himself, and then this question will be floated.
Namaste. I am Rhythm Kedia. First of all, a very, very happy Republic Day to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
I come from Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and I achieved AIR-4 in JEE Advanced. My hobbies include singing, playing keyboard as well, and cricket and badminton. And I have been also achiever in Olympiads. I have been gold medalist in the International Physics Olympiad and the Asian Physics Olympiad as well. I have also been to them like twice, so I have been a silver medalist in the Indian Physics Olympiad as well. That's about me.
So, Rhythm, was there any procrastination and how did you stay disciplined?
Yeah, so procrastination was definitely there in my life as well. So it started with having a sort of refreshment that I want to refresh in this time, and just thinking that okay, I'll leave the phone or whatever device in which I'm watching in 10 minutes and then get back to whatever I'm doing. But that usually does not happen, and you usually end up wasting more than what you think. Like there were times when I thought that I would do this much time, like for example 20 minutes, and then I ended up 2 hours or more in that. But what my mentors and my parents taught me, like my mother was she always taught me that you need to have self-control for whatever thing that you need to achieve in life. So self-control is the key for like you have to develop it over the time that okay, I'll not watch it. If you are thinking that okay, I need to watch it, then also try to resist the things. Then eventually after some time you would get into the habit that okay, I'll not even touch these things.
Can we have the next top speaker, please, today? Introducing himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sagar, and I secured All India Rank 30 in JEE Advanced, and I'm from Bangalore, Karnataka. And my hobbies include playing guitar, playing cricket, and a few other sports.
The question comes to you. Was there any procrastination and how did you stay disciplined?
Yes, I would say for sure in the early part of my preparation, there was quite a lot of procrastination on my part, unfortunately. But I would say it was the guidance of my mentors and my parents which helped me a lot. I remember this one statement one of my teachers told me. I had wonderful Allen faculty teaching me. He said that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? And it's almost impossible to stay continuously motivated throughout the entire course of 2 years or even more than 2 years, however long you're preparing for JEE Advanced. It's almost impossible to stay motivated the entire duration. So the most important thing is discipline. Regardless of whether your motivation drops or is high, you should always remain disciplined in whatever you're doing and try to finish that task as effectively as possible. And that really stuck with me, and that helped me. From then on, I started focusing on building discipline, which then helped me in my preparation and then just prevented me from procrastinating further on.
Thank you. Can we have the next top speaker, please?
Hello everyone, I am Anshul Goyal. I have an All India rank of 37. About me, some of my hobbies are playing badminton, keyboard, and yeah. I also got into chess briefly, but I'm very bad at that. Right. Procrastination is something I've actually dealt with quite it had quite a bit of an impact. But what really helped me out was positive, the peer group I had in my center. And the peer group I had in Allen was really, really good. So when I started to procrastinate, I would see my results slip. And that would help me gain motivation again to start working harder. So I'll be honest, my peer group was mainly, I used to see my peer group has finished the homework and I've not finished the homework. And there used to be panic. And yeah, over multiple cycles of that, I eventually stopped procrastinating or reduced it greatly. So yeah.
So from your side only, this round of question will come to this end. So please be ready. This is important for all the students present over here. Common question which was posted. How did you prioritize your subjects or the topics based on the weightage of the examination, please? Can you throw some light on it?
So when it comes to this question, the first thing that you have to do, the most important is on a daily basis, whatever your teacher is telling you to do, that much you have to do. And then uske baad, I used to focus on whatever weakness I had. So like there were a few chapters of mine that were pretty weak. So I used to like try and focus on them a little bit more and give them more importance. So I also used to talk to my teachers a lot, and they were very helpful with guiding me. They used to see my performance in tests and other things, and they used to like help me figure out where I should put in more effort. So with their help, I was able to figure out what to do and how to allocate my time.
The same question flows on.
Will you repeat the question, please?
How, according to the weightage of the subject or the topics or the level of difficulties, how did you prioritize those subjects?
Well, the first step in that was a very integral step, of course, is assessing yourself, seeing where you stand, where your strengths and weaknesses lie. And my teachers helped me a lot with that. You know, as Anshul said, after every exam, we used to sit together, analyze the paper, see where I went wrong, like saw a pattern, and then try to work on that more and more. I would like allot a little bit more time to say a particular chapter in physics, particular chapter in mathematics, ones where I used to consistently go wrong in. So I would say the first and the very important part in this process is like effectively assessing where you stand and what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Thank you. Can you have the next response from the next topper, please?
So on prioritizing the subjects, so the weightage in the exam is the same for all the three subjects: physics, chemistry, maths, and you have to like grab them equally. Like so generally, what used to happen that we will be given some homework for each of the subjects, and I used to complete the homeworks of the subjects first, and if there is some reading assignment, that would be done, and then I would just analyze my previous tests or the interactions that I had, and analyze that which topic am I lagging in, and then I would study that. And I also had to like study a bit of physics more for the Olympiad, so I used to take out some time for that. But apart from that, for the JEE portion, I used to give most of the remaining time to chemistry only, because learning chemistry takes time.
Thank you. A big round of applause for this. This is a very key insight into it. Can you have the next top ranker to speak on this subject? How did you prioritize your subjects based on the weightage or the level of difficulty?
So when we consider difficulty, initially when I had just begun to complete when I had just started to complete the syllabus, I didn't knew anything about all the subjects. So I generally used to give equal time to all of them. But as the syllabus completed, sometimes I slowly realized that my marks had been falling too low in one subject, or there are because after all three subjects have equal weightage. So if in any particular subject my marks had been going too low, I used to give more time to that. And towards the end, since it was more of learning, since chemistry is more of learning thing, and you have to revise it more frequently than physics and maths. So towards the end, my focus shifted. Instead of giving equal time to all the subjects, I generally used to give more time to chemistry. I'm talking about the time 2-3 months before the exam. And about the weight, the weightage of all the three subjects in the exam are equal, but the topic-wise weightage may be different. But I never considered it, I fully relied for it on my teachers, that whatever, all the work they gave to me or in my batch for those topics was according to their experience in the ratio of the weightage which is asked in the exam. So I didn't think much about that, about the topic-wise weightage in each subject. I just relied on what my teacher said. I just used to do what they said, and that was how I did it.
Great. Thank you. Can I have the next top ranker speak, please?
So my focus on dividing my time for different subjects was not fixed, and I followed what others have also mentioned, weakness first approach, in which you focus on the subjects you're lacking the most in. So for example, if I'm lacking the most in maths, I'd prioritize maths for the upcoming week. And until and unless like I've come to the same level in all subjects, I'd divide time so that like I like at least try to come to the same level in all the subjects. And apart from that, coming to like weightage based on difficulty, I'd say a good mixture of like easy, medium, and like difficult questions of a particular topic is like required for the full understanding of that topic. But in that regard, I never had to give much thought because our modules are planned in such a way that if you cover like all the exercises in that particular order, you are most likely to get the whole concept. So like I didn't care much about like the weightage based on difficulty, but for subjects, yes, I focused on my weaknesses first.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah, for this question, first thing I would like to add on that no one else mentioned was it's not how much time you give, it's about how much you complete. Please don't get into this fake like game, like, okay, give this much time for this subject, that much time. Time is useless if you're completing less than that much time. You need to complete how much you are set out to complete. And then similar to everyone, weakness-based approach is the best approach. And during your preparation, please do not think about topic weightage. It's mostly irrelevant till like maybe 2-3 weeks before the exam if you haven't completed the syllabus. During your 11th and 12th, when you're like mostly studying or during a JEE preparation, just focus on covering the syllabus and while like trying to like focus more on your weakness, so like you're equally good in everything. And yeah, again, as difficulty weightage, the Allen models were very nicely made, so you can cover the difficulty of every level, I would say.
Thank you. Why should the teachers be left behind? Right? Now I will focus on Pankaj Birla sir to talk on, you have seen on time management, there were 2 specific queries. Saurabh Tiwari sir said that they on the Google sheet they found out that which were the most prominent questions to be asked. So first 2 questions were on time management. And here I have Pankaj Birla sir, who himself is an IITian. So I would like to talk to him about our 36 years of legacy and how it's going on in Ellen with this aspect. Please.
Thank you, sir. Time management is something like every one of you is managing it very well. Maybe in your business, in your job, or maybe in a house, all the, mothers over here sitting, every day, every minute, we are managing very well over here. Now, regarding the Ellen, if I say, as in my introduction, I have a very simple introduction. I'm a student of Ellen, and still a student of Ellen. Still learning, because learning is a continuous process. On the behalf of complete Ellen family, I welcome all of you in this Topaz talk over here. And as the video played over here, you must have seen our director, sir, Shri Rajesh Maheshwari, sir, who is the founder director, started this in 1988 with the 8 students over here. And at present, we have got more than 3 lakh classroom students in a current session. Legacy of more than 36 years of trust of so many students and parents and families over here. And if I say Hyderabad is always, one of the best city in India, especially when I talk about the brightest minds and education over here. Hyderabad is always giving the great results. And here in Hyderabad, Ellen has come to add on in that results to help that student community, to help the parents over here. And remember one thing, we don't have a competition with anyone. We do compete only with ourselves. We try to learn from ourselves and we try to, refine ourselves. So at Hyderabad, we are just trying to replicate the culture and the system and the pedagogy of Ellen Kota. Whatever is happening in Kota or whatever is happening at any other center of Ellen is going to happen in Hyderabad also here. That I can assure you on the behalf of complete Ellen family. So I have one very sincere request and suggestion to all the parents over here. Do not compare us with anybody. Everyone over here in Hyderabad is doing already a great job. We salute to each and everyone. Though they are our competitors, but everyone is doing a great job, and we are here to, what I say, add on in that great job over here. And certainly will make a difference. And why will make a difference? Remember, because whenever there is a competition in any segment, the quality will get refined. We will get refined, they will get refined, and ultimately it will be for a beneficial of the students and the parents fraternity over here. So, though you may find that Hyderabad is very new for us, but no, only building and only the city where we are entering is new for us, but our systems, our faculties, our pedagogy, our content, everything is having a legacy of last 36 years. Even the faculties, whoever are coming to teach in Hyderabad, will be coming from all the existing centers of AIR-1, from Kota and from any other center of AIR-1 over here. More than 80% faculties are the faculties who are teaching in the existing system of the AIR-1 at Kota or at some different centers over here. Only very few will be recruited fresh over here, and they will also undergo, or what I say, a very well defined a training program, and then only they will be allowed to teach in the classes. So nothing new over here except the building and except the city for us. Even the city is not new for us, because so many students have been coming to the Kota and any other center of AIR-1 from Hyderabad also here, and we have a very deep connection from the parents also. So I can assure you one thing, whatever we are doing from the last 36 years, either in Kota or at any other center in AIR-1, the same learnings will be delivered over here, and the faculties are coming from the different centers, getting the different experiences, getting the different learnings, and will be delivering over here. And one last thing, because I heard with some parents, is that a franchisee center, or are you here for a year or 2 years, or no? No center of AIR-1 has got any franchises. It is very our own center, and we are here for forever. We may have a slow start, but remember one thing, the slow and steady always wins the race. So we are here to win the race, and winning the race is not doing the competition with anybody else. Winning the race is just performing better day by day. We will try to perform ourselves better day by day for the students and for the parents of Hyderabad, for the parents of Telangana, and for the parents of the Andhra Pradesh over here. So thank you very much. Wish you all a very best of luck in your coming board exams and school exams, which are, I think, round the corner in February and March here. You will do good, and after those exams, we'll take care of your academics, and we will, as the AIR-1 says, together we'll make a difference. So when I say together, it means AIR-1 and you will make a difference, and certainly will make a difference in Hyderabad also here. Thank you very much. Thanks,
Sir, I would hold you on there only because the next question which I wanted to post you was when you wanted to sit back later on. But the fact was, how should students bring the balance between the boards and the competitions? Because you touched upon the board examinations now. So please brief it.
That's a wonderful question, because every year and almost every parents ask us, sir, you will prepare for IT, you will prepare for medical, you will prepare for Olympiads, but will you prepare for board exams? So I have one very simple answer for that. See, for any exam, the base is a NCERT or any state board. Our teachers are not magicians. They will work hard with the students, but they will build the concept from 0 to 100. When I say from 0 to 100, so obviously any school exams, any board exams will be automatically covered over here. Like you can ask any of these students, they did not have to do anything extra for the either 10th board exams or 12th board exams, or either is a CBSE or state board exams here, because any concept will be starting from the 0, that is basic, will cover the NCERT, will cover any other state board exams, and then will reach to the height of the JEE or medical, whatever is needed over here. So the curriculum is defined in such a manner that if you are doing all the homework given by your teachers, and if you are attending the classes very regularly, then your all the worries regarding the school exams, board exams, Olympiads, JEE, medical, everything will be taken care automatically over here. So nothing extra has to be done. Whatever has to be done will be told by our teachers, and you just have to follow that here. So board is certainly our responsibility. If you are coming to the AIR-1, your school exams, your board exams, your target, maybe it's a JEE or maybe it's a medical or maybe it's a Olympiad, is our responsibility here. And we will take care of that, and we are taking care of that in a very well manner. I think everyone sitting over here, no one has got less than 90% marks in CBSE exam, in 12th exam. See, getting the best ranks in JEE, and this is the live example of managing the board. Because board is not different than the JEE or not different than the NEET exam. Board is what? The fundamentals or base for any further exams here. So once you cover those fundamentals, then you can build the, your concepts further for the JEE or for medical or for Olympiad exams here. So board will be easily taken care and is already been taken care by us.
Sir, one last question. When should we start? Is it mandatory to start from 7th class onwards?
Oh, another good question. When should we start? Whenever you feel like starting, start. Remember one thing, it's never late to begin good things. कभी भी अच्छे काम को start करने में देरी नहीं होती. If you want to start from 7th, start from 7th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. There are students who have been in Allen from the last 7 years and from the last 2 years also here. So there's no defined class or time when and where to start. But remember one thing, once you have decided to start, then put all your efforts honestly in that goal over here. So whether it's a 7th class, 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, 11th class. Even many of the students comes to us in 12th class also here, and they also perform very well here. So class is not important. Important is whenever you start with the full rigor, full honesty, and full zeal over here. And I think this will answer these questions over here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Put your heart and soul into it when you want to start. Now, I would request Mahesh Yadav, sir, to talk about the LN system which developed 10 years back when you saw the LN setting its foot in Bangalore, and that was termed as Gateway of South India, when nobody bothered about IIT ranks, nobody bothered about JEE main results, and everybody were looking at SOF or Unified Council Olympiads. At that point of time, till now when you have cracked under 50 ranks in IIT, sir, spell the dream out today.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
First and foremost, I would like to thank all the students and parents who have spared in today's national holiday, basically. Yes. And you are sitting here so calm and listening us. And that too very important for all of us. See, when we talk about the South India journey, so first we should know that why this name LN come over here. See, if we talk about 36 years ago, our founder director, Shri Rajesh Maheshwari sir, who planning to start a tuition center with 8 students, and later on he thought, let us convert this into the systematic plan. So then what should be the name of this institution? Whether it should be Maheshwari classes or some coaching classes or something. So the father name of Shri Rajesh Maheshwari sir is Lakshmi Narayan Maheshwari. So Lakshmi Narayan, L or N. So from LN, because used to where our founder director sir used to stay in the society in the JK colony, where everybody used to call them, ये LN साहब के बच्चे हैं, लक्ष्मी नारायण जी के बच्चे हैं नहीं बोलते, LN साहब. So LN साहब के बच्चे थे, so that thought came in their mind कि why not the name should keep the LN. So LN, then they framed this word LN. And why I'm telling this word? Because when I've been transferred from Kota to Bangalore for starting our South journey, they called me one day and they asked me, you know, why this LN name? Till that time, believe me, I was also not that much aware because 4 years only happened when I joined LN. So I said, sir, no. So then he said, then he explained, this is the reason behind LNM. If you are going to South, okay, whatever you are going to do, I don't want this LN name should defame because this LN is not a normal word. This name is of my father. Believe me, the day we landed to the Bangalore, the purpose of coming to the Bangalore, what sir said, maybe it is a JEE rank 2, maybe it is an international Olympiad, every year we are sending the student, maybe it is a MIT where we are sending the student, maybe into the JEE this year top 5 rank into top 100, 3 sitting over here in front of you. maybe into the aims. And why the medical student is not sitting here today, that also I'll tell you the reason. Because we inquired, they got exam. Actually, every student, yesterday they had exam, tomorrow also they had exam. So they denied, ki sir, we cannot go because we have exam. Otherwise, they would also be sitting here because some parents and students are sitting from the NEET side also. This is the reason. So, all those results are because of the dedication and hard work of our team, because they have the thought process that whoever is coming to LN, whoever is joining to LN, it's not because of the name or because of the legacy which we have established or set up into the north side, but because if they are paying a single penny, then they should get something in return. The same thought process we kept there and we grown like this. If we talk about South India, we have 42,000 students with a plenty of results. You take any result name, they are there from the South India. And reason behind that is the only single thought that whoever is coming to us, we are here to take care everything. What Pankaj sir just now said, if you are taking admission, believe me, whatever is thought process is there with you, I think we are here to take care of that part. When we come to Hyderabad part, since last 6 years, we are planning to come over Hyderabad, but this year finally we got opportunity to open the center. And there are many efforts were there from Pankaj sir itself side, because he knew the market, he knew the city, he knew the parents, he knew the student of Hyderabad. Right? So here the things are entirely different what we have seen in Bangalore, Chennai or some other part. Here the parents and the students are very much aware, their expectations is little bit higher. That is why we have shifted the core team from the Kota itself. We are taking almost all the faculties. We are already working with the LN system, maybe from the Chandigarh, maybe from Ahmedabad, maybe from Bangalore, Chennai or some other part. So we are not compromising for anything. Believe me, for what we are saying, we are going to firm on that. When you talk about the infrastructure, you see we are going to make a super fine infrastructure. When you talk about the academic infrastructure, that would be fantastic. Means the way, for purpose we are here, we are standing here, maybe next year or next to next year, down the line 2 to 3 years, again we would conduct the toppers talk show, but all the toppers may be sitting from the Hyderabad itself. This is what our expectation and our commitment from the Hyderabad and parents and students. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. The next round of questions starts now. Again, we'll start from you. Okay. Time management is over.
And Videep can speak in
Telugu also.
Telugu also. So if somebody want to listen Telugu, then he can speak.
The boy from Hyderabad, so we included him. Right, topper. So think about it. The next question, which is on the stress management. Were there any moments when you felt demotivated and how did you overcome them?
సో తెలుగులో చెప్పాలా ఇది ఓకే అవును మధ్యలో మాక్ టెస్ట్ రాస్తున్నప్పుడు మార్క్స్ తక్కువ వస్తుంది, సిల్లీ మిస్టేక్స్ ఎక్కువ చేస్తుంది, అండ్ జనరల్గా మేబీ పేరెంట్స్ కూడా పెడుతుండే, లేకపోతే టీచర్స్ కూడా లైక్ ఐమ్ డిసప్పాయింటెడ్ ఇన్ యూ అని చెప్తుండే. సో లైక్ స్ట్రెస్ఫుల్ మూమెంట్స్ చాలా ఉంది ప్రిపరేషన్లో. అండ్ ఐ వుడ్ సే ఈ స్ట్రెస్ఫుల్ మూమెంట్స్లో ఫ్రెండ్స్ చాలా హెల్ప్ చేశారు. యాక్చువల్గా నేను బేసిక్ నా ఫ్రెండ్ పియర్ గ్రూప్ ఎలా చేసుకున్నా అంటే అందరికీ నేను నేర్పిస్తున్నా, వాళ్ళు నాకు నేర్పిస్తున్నారు, అండ్ వన్ వే మా లైక్ వీఆర్ రోల్ మోడల్స్ ఫర్ ఈచ్ అదర్. సో ఇలాంటి మూమెంట్స్ వస్తున్నప్పుడు లైక్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆల్వేస్ చెప్తుండే, నువ్వు ఇది నువ్వు చదువుతావు, నువ్వు మంచిగా చేస్తావు, మార్క్స్ మంచిగా వస్తాయి, నువ్వు ఇలా ఉంటే ఎలా మాకు మోటివేషన్ పోతాయని చెప్తారు. సో అది చాలా మోటివేషన్ ఇచ్చింది. అండ్ అఫ్ కోర్స్ తర్వాత టీచర్స్ పేరెంట్స్ నా వాళ్ళు అడిగితే వాళ్ళు కూడా చాలా మోటివేషన్ ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు. సో యా మెయిన్లీ నా టీచర్స్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అండ్ పేరెంట్సే చాలా మోటివేషన్ ఇస్తుండే మేము చాలా స్ట్రెస్ అవుట్ అయ్యేప్పుడు. సో యా ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు థ్యాంక్ దెమ్.
Next, can we have your opinion, please?
So, like over the course of last few years, I gave a lot of tests. There were a lot of weeks in which I wasn't happy with my performance, and that surely led to demotivation, as you would say, or like feelings of weakness. But at that time, I always thought about the time when I started this journey, and about the time when I decided I wanted to pursue JEE or whatever goal I had in my mind at that time, and that always gave me the power and, let's say, motivation to continue and keep improving day in and day out. And yeah, that's the thing that helped me the most. And apart from that, every time I felt stressed or demotivated, I always went to my parents and had a talk with them. and discuss why I was feeling the way I was at that point. And I found that I really benefited from those talks, and I always felt lighter after having those like talks. So I'd say like if anyone is struggling with demotivation or stress, the first line of contact should be your parents. They should know everything which is going on in your life. And like in terms of academic stress, it's always a good idea to like talk to your teachers on a regular basis about whatever like difficulties you're facing in your academic journey. And yeah, that would be all.
So in the initial phase of my preparation, like Alan used to conduct in our batch, Alan used to conduct weekly topic-wise tests, and my marks were consistently getting low in those tests, and that was a point when I felt that would I be able to perform well or not. So, but it was like I prepared for the test. I did prepare for the test, but I was not able to perform in the test. It was mostly due to because I did not have the habit to sit in the test environment. I did not have that exam temperament which you should have. So for that, actually, that slightly demotivated me. But I talked to teachers about that, and they told me that it's normal to feel those in the initial days. And I gave a lot of practice tests and a lot of mock tests. That I mean, slowly I gained confidence, and gradually my marks became consistent, and this was the way I overcame these. And apart from that, my parents also supported me throughout this. Like they never asked, they never forced unnecessary, they never questioned me unnecessarily why my marks were getting too low or like that. And my teachers and mentors also supported me.
Oh, this is very important. We have to focus the means Ved's statement. See, scored highest score. You see 355 out of 360 in the history of IIT. I think this is the highest score.
Highest ever score.
So the student who scored highest ever score has also faced the same issues which every student face in this journey basically. So we have to understand that stress or demotivation, it is an integral part of our life. If we are planning to catch our flight from the airport of Hyderabad, and if we are little bit late in the traffic, we would be having a lot of stress. And you can't do anything, we have to manage it. So same thing, we have to understand that whatever these stars are saying, that everybody is having this issue. Everybody has faced it, but finally they overcome it. And how overcome it? Then the first is a parent. Parent should be a super support. If they should not criticize, you got less marks, and they are also starting behaving like a neighbor that your child is getting less marks. Or no problem. It will come, no issues. What would happen? This is internal test. That motivation, that support has to be there from the parent side, which is very, very, very important. And then second, mentors. Definitely they are always there.
For stress, there is one good rule that I used to refer to. So whenever I feel like, okay, this went wrong, then you can have two things that, okay, can you do something about it? So the answer is, if yes, then why take a stress? And if no, then why take stress? So you don't have to take a stress at all. If you can't do anything, then just leave it on that. But mostly the answer would be yes. And then just you have to analyze whatever you did wrong and make it up in the upcoming days and upcoming duration of your preparation. And then ultimately you will end up doing great things in whatever you are pursuing.
Next, please.
Stress management has indeed been a very vital part of my preparation. I remember especially before JEE Main, I wasn't getting the marks I was expecting myself to. I was doing a lot of silly mistakes, etc. And every day I would come home, I would tell my parents, oh, he got more, he got this, he got that. I was not able to get. But I think my dad then told me this one thing, very important thing. He was like, do not try and compete with others. The first thing you have to do is try and better yourself, compete with yourself, be better than yesterday. Every single day you have to strive to be better. It then struck me that I am not alone in this journey. I have my friends, my peer group, my mentors, Alan mentors, who have helped me a lot. So I realized there is no need to stress. That I have all the help I'll need right here with me, and I'll be all right.
Thank you.
So the way I dealt with stress is mainly like I used to take a break, like for half an hour, I used to go and walk outside, and that would really like help. Like it would help me like look at the bigger picture and see that whatever this is, it's a very small part, and I'll be able to get over it. And secondly, as Sir said, talking to my parents was really beneficial. Like every time I talked to them, like it felt fine, like everything would be all right. So yeah, that's mainly how stress was handled.
Kishan sir, even I want to speak about this.
Yes, next question. Actually, there were two questions which came in. First was basically for the students to tell them how did they manage. The second question was role of a mentor or a parent. So now I want mentors' perspective to come to the parents, please.
I'm coming to that point also here.
Yeah.
See, nowadays, like from the last 1 year, 2 year, or last 4, 5 years, these words are coming very frequently: stress management. As a parent, I'm going to ask you one question. Tell me a part of life where there is no stress. A job, a business, a competition, an exam, maybe a singing competition, maybe a sports. Tell me where there is no there's competition and there is no stress over here. Nowadays, is what's are coming so frequently: stress management, demotivation. What is this? There's only one reason behind that. That is the lack of communication between the parent and the kids over here. I'm being very harsh, but very honest. And this is happening more and more in this era of social media, internet, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and I don't know what else. Living in a same house, living together, but we are sharing things on a WhatsApp groups. What irony, right? Imagine your childhood days when you studied. You also have done, maybe many of you are engineers, doctors, CA professionals, or has done something great in your business or in any field, and you also felt a competition, but then you never had a word called stress, because there was a communication continuously with your parents, with your teachers, with your mentors. And here the role of a teacher, the mentor and parent comes very, very important over here. The mother is the first teacher. Remember that. जो पहला गुरु है वो माँ होती है. Mother is the first teacher. The second teacher is the father. And then after that, we all come over here as a teacher here. So communication should happen from the home. As a parent, I don't know what you are doing or what you're not doing, but then at least keep a note of doing minimum 2 to 3 things very regularly with your kids. 1, try to spend minimum half an hour with your kid personally, face to face, not online. If you are staying with them, together. Eat with them, walk with them, talk with them, watch TV with them, watch movie with them, whatever you want, or you can do it, and your ward wants to do it with you, but do it minimum half an hour a daily, face to face. Only you and him or her should be there. It can be eating, it can be playing, it can be walking, can be running, and whatever, or any other activity here. That is very must. Second, always keep a communication with the teachers, those who are teaching your kids. A good communication will always solve these problems. In many of the times, in my experience, what happens, what the parents thinks, okay, I have done the admission of my ward in some good school, in some good institution, and now everything is their responsibility. But trust me, without you, even we can't do anything. You and we, as a parent and as a LN system, whether it's academics or management, we need to work together as a team for these kids here. And when we work as a team for these kids, then all these problems will automatically be wiped out over here. So communication is a key to take care of all these things here. So take care of the communication with your ward, with the teachers, with the mentors. But when I say communicate with the teachers and mentors, it doesn't mean that every day you are talking to them or unnecessarily you are talking to them. No. But then make a routine of at least a one meeting or what I say discussing with them at least once in a month or twice in a month over here. After a year, then you will realize that my ward has faced this problem. Then it is not good. After a year, ultimately is a year lost for your kid. Neither for you nor for us. So communication will be key. And remember, there is nothing called stress. There is nothing called demotivation. It's only competition. And we have to keep guiding our wards together. That ups and downs will keep on happening. Even our lifeline, the ECG, doesn't go straight. It also goes ups and downs, ups and downs. And this is how the life goes. So I'm asking the one question, tell me a field, tell me an exam, tell me a competition where there's no stress, where there's no challenge. Any one of you, please answer me that. But then we never felt because our parents were always with us. We had a good communication with them. They had a good communication with us. We had a good communication with the teachers. So let's maintain that. Rest, everything will be sorted out. Ranks, marks will go up and down. Not everybody will be topper. Not everybody will get selected. Not everybody will get top 100 ranks. But then trust your ward. Believe in them. They are very special. They are very unique. And whatever they will do with our support, they will do best in the life here. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The next set of questions will be on examination tips. Okay. So the question which came in, can you share your tips for how did you excel in your examinations? This is a very common question which has come. Let me redraft it again, looking at the second question. But in the meantime, this program is being beamed live on the Facebook and also an LN YouTube channel. And Videep's name, one question came, 9th and 10th, you were not so great, you told, right? And how did you excel in 11th? That is the question which has come now. Directly it's picked up. Can you throw some light on it? In the meantime, I'll redraft this.
Okay.
Just now it's come up.
I was not good in 9th or 10th, but there was one thing common for my whole childhood. I had an interest in math, physics, and chem. And I would like to thank my father for randomly calling me and like having 1 hour or 2 hour sessions where he just tells me about a random concept which is not studied in my school. And he tells it in such a way that it just piques my interest. So when around when 11th started, and I told you, people hurt my intellectual ego and thing. The main thing I would say is I liked what I was studying. Many people do not do that, and it becomes extremely painful if you do not do that. If you like what you're studying, you might not like 100% of it, but I like 90% of it. And I was enjoying solving physics problems. I was like, when I get the answer, like, wow. And when that factor comes in, you will motivate yourself, right? And it becomes a dream, and it becomes something you're enjoying. Of course, maybe you don't, I don't want to do JEE again because it's a little bit more than how much I want to enjoy. But I will enjoy studying all my life. And if you really, really want to get a good rank, first try to at least fall in love with what you're studying.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope the person sitting on the Facebook who put this question gets his answer clear. On the examination strategy, the tips for improving accuracy and the speed. Can you start off with, please?
So I'm speaking again, I guess. Accuracy and speed. Okay. So first thing is you need to practice a lot. I think that's common sense. So much key, it's almost like robotic in one way, sadly. But okay, for accuracy and speed, I would rather give more in home, all you can do is practice. The second part of it is exam strategy, how you can increase your accuracy and speed. First thing is how you're attempting the questions. So maybe while you're practicing at home, you can attempt in whatever order you want, or if there's a hard question, you're enjoying doing it, you can do that. But that does not work in the exam. In the exam, you need to have I'll tell my personal strategy. First of all, I did not use any subject-wise order as such. I used to just categorize questions into easy, medium, and hard. So the first set of questions I used to go through was like questions I think I can solve in 30 seconds. I see the question and I know what to do and I think I'll get the answer immediately. That will be my first ton of questions. And also while doing this round, it's not like you know what all the questions are. So you basically read all the questions. I felt that helps you subconsciously, like, these questions exist in the paper. Then my second round would be questions which I know I can do, but will take some time, like 1 or 2 minutes. And I would then attempt them. And finally, I would go to the questions which I had no idea of, or like I didn't get an idea of attempting like immediately. This, first of all, this helps you to like, it does help you with your speed. Like you will finish more questions and you will be more motivated. Like, okay, I finished a lot of paper, and then because of that, your mind just thinks more calmly, and like, yeah, that helps a lot. Okay, what you can do at home for accuracy and speed is there was one exam I would like to share, like where it was OMR exam, not a computer-based exam, a mock test, and I just wrote all the physics answers in the math section and all the maths answers in the physics section. So when the results came for that, like, I was devastated. Like, what did I do? And I asked my father, and like I cried and stuff like that. But then what happened at last is like, maybe not all of you trust this, but like a little bit of meditation, calming your mind, some healthy parts of your day. Because like if you eat junk and like live unhealthily, and okay, not every JEE aspirant is going to be living the perfect life. Yes, that's true. But just small stuff in your day that calms your mind. 30 minutes of just doing nothing and stuff like that. It actually helped my accuracy, believe it or not. I'm not sure how many of you would trust me, but yeah, it did. Yeah, that's what I like to say about it.
Thank you. Can you have the next piece of advice, please?
So talking about speed and accuracy, so there's not a lot you can do to like affect what you perform in an exam. But while practicing, what I usually used to do is, like, if I have a set of questions, let's say I have a set of 30 questions, all like medium level of challenge, then I'll set a timer so that if I had to give that assignment or that particular set of questions as an exam, how much time should I ideally require in an exam setting? And then I would attempt that homework or that piece of assignment in that particular time, and then note the number of questions I attempted. I'll note the accuracy, and I also studied patterns as to how I performed based on the time during the day. And I remember in my 11th, I soon figured out after just 2-3 weeks of testing that I often performed the worst in afternoons, because I had this bad habit of sleeping in the afternoons. So yeah, that's a thing I worked in the early days of 12th. I stopped sleeping in the afternoons. And my line of reasoning was, every time you sit down to do your homework or revise a topic, your mind must automatically go to that exam mindset, that exam mode, which it goes into when you are given an exam. And I'm not talking about stress or anything else. I'm talking about your mind should be really active and alert, and it should try to grasp in as much information as you can. So a way to do that is to separate your study sessions with ample breaks and all. And yeah, that's a piece of advice I'd give.
Can you have the next round of advice, please? Speed versus accuracy.
I think to improve speed, from my experience, practicing at home doesn't do much, but speed is more about the strategy with which you attempt the exam. As Videep said, you can create a definite strategy in you can have a sequence in the way which you will attempt the paper. I generally used to have a sequence of first chemistry, then physics, then maths, because generally chemistry have questions which are based on what you know, and not something you have to apply the concepts and find the answer. So basically, to increase speed, you should have an effective exam strategy that would minimize the wastage of time during the exam. And talking about accuracy, I believe for accuracy during the exam, to prevent silly mistakes and all, you have to during the entire paper, you have to be you have to be fully concentrated. You have to be fully alert that you don't read anything wrong, or something else is being asked in the question and you write something else. So setting for 6 hours in an exam and with full concentration, it is mentally exhausting. So you have to practice a lot for that. You have to attempt multiple tests. You should have the habit of sitting for 6 hours at once with full concentration, and then only you will be able to retain it in the exam environment. And for accuracy, one thing that you can do at home is like whenever you are doing your homework or assignments or any question you are practicing, you can practice them as if you are sitting in an exam. Because when you can just start a time, you can just keep a time limit on the number of questions that you are doing, and you can calculate marks for those questions that you have solved. That would because that would be like an exam experience, that would be an exam environment. So sitting in the exam when there is pressure, exam pressure and all those kind of things, there's time pressure, your accuracy would increase gradually. That is at least that's the strategy I used to adopt.
So speed and accuracy. So speed comes by practice, and so there will be a lot of material to do in each of the topic that we'll be having in JEE, and I used to practice them thoroughly. Practicing in the exam setting is also a very good option. I used to do it at least once in a week, not more than that, but I used to do once in a week so that I am still in the exam temperament, but mostly in the last phase of my preparation, not initially. And one important thing that was mentioned was that you should read the question carefully. So many a times what happens is that when you are very much done with your preparation, or even if you have practiced a lot of stuff, then many a times what I used to do was that whenever I was reading some question, then I used to predict what the question is asking, and then I would not read the question completely very carefully. So I usually ended up getting the wrong meaning of the question and solved the wrong question to get the correct answer to the wrong question. So in effect, it was the wrong answer. So that affected my accuracy, which was pointed out by my maths teacher, and I eventually overcome it, and that was one point from my side.
Mahesh sir, one request. We also have to maintain the speed.
Yes.
Because these people have got a flight and they have to go back.
Will quickly. अभी मैं इधर आ गया हूँ. ठीक है. अभी next question from Sagar. Yeah, this is a YouTube question again. कि one student is asking, do we need to complete the both 11th and 12th syllabus in 11th itself? See, there is a question between the students and parent. Why not we are completing the both syllabus into the 11th class and 12th class only practice. What do you suggest for us?
I mean, again, it's different for different people. For me, how it was in 11th, we just did the 11th concepts, and 12th, we just did the 12th concept, but we didn't rush it, but we did it fast enough so that towards the end of 12th, around the December, or November, December, we were done with the portions, and by then, we started practicing more and more questions. So, for me, it felt like finishing the entire syllabus in 11th might be a bit of an overload as well for some students. Even for me, it could be a bit of an overload because it's a vast syllabus. It's not small. So, and it's 3 different subjects, and you need to be equally as good in all 3 subjects. And it's huge amount of syllabus, and covering all of that in one year would be very taxing on the student, I feel. So, I feel like it's not really necessary. Spreading it over the course of 2 years is perfectly good.
So I think all are agreed with this, that whatever planning and system micro planning is given by the LN or any institution, that is the best way. No need to be rushing the subject, completion of subject in 1 year or 2 year. Yeah. I hope the student got their answer. One more question is there from Anshul. How did you manage this social media in your journey of 2 years? Because nowadays the students, they are saying that I cannot live with this. So what was your thought process and how did you handle that? Whether you used or you didn't use, and what was your idea?
Uh, I had basically no social media in 11th and 12th. Like, I'm still not very good with it. I'm trying to learn. And yeah, so
out of six, how many of you used social media platform?
How
in
many
that
of you,
phase?
you even had a smartphones?
Yes, that is a good question.
स्मार्टफोन से सिर्फ असाइनमेंट्स के लिए.
Okay. And you use the social media in these 2 years? No?
Like-
See, it is very important. Everybody has to look into them. Ki if you really wanted to achieve something, then you have to sacrifice. And what you are sacrificing? Nothing. You are sacrificing those things which is not at all required in your life. If you really wanted to do something. Otherwise, so it would be very difficult. I want to spare some time for my social media also. I want to spare some gossiping with my friend. And then remaining time I want to study. And then I'm thinking I should get good result. I think it is impossible. Pankaj sir, I want you to
Yeah,
say something.
very true, sir. In fact, it is making others' life very easy. If you are busy on social media, you are making the other students' life very easy because you are going down and they will automatically come up, right? Anna? You are, what I say, minimizing the competition. So social media is like, first become something so that society should recognize you. And once the society should recognize you, then come on social media over here. So otherwise, there is no point coming on social media. What is the meaning of social media? Somebody should follow you. And the people will follow you, society will follow you only when you will achieve something. And to achieve something, you have to, what I say, minimize or zero all this. And as the Maestra said, it's not sacrificing also here. It is like, what I say, making a priority and getting a good things in our life and removing the bad things from our life over here.
Wait, there is a specific question for you.
And one statement with this. I heard this Sudha Murthy, the wife of
Narayan Murthy.
Narayan Murthy, you know. She said one more thing. As a parent, it's our duty also here. We expect our wards not to watch TV, not to go on social media, and we keep doing that in front of them
In
also
front
here.
of them.
So what she said, अगर आपका बच्चा पढ़ाई कर रहा है, if he or she is doing studies, then at that time you should also be abstaining yourself from this social media, from the TV and all this over here. Then only you can expect him or her to do the same thing over here. So we should also do the same thing. Remember that.
With a specific question for you, that what was the most influencing factor in your JEE performance? The result on the social media, it's common. All India rank 1, when you achieved, what is the most influential factor?
So question is that what is a thing which happened in your 2 year of journey which makes you all India rank 1? While preparation, anything has happened in your journey that day you decide, no, now I want to get this marks.
So like it was always my dream. I mean, I had interest in mathematics, so I chose this IIT path, and there was nothing special that I did. I just listened to my teachers and did whatever they do. I didn't do anything different from what the others do. But I think it's like it's more like how much sincerely I followed it, as how much sincerely I stick to it.
So sincerity is the most important part in your journey. That is what Ved is saying. Next, we want to take some question from the audience also. Do we have a mic? Can you raise your hand if you want to ask a question?
Better stand at your place, and we should take a question from the audience.
Yeah, please, mic. Shivam sir, mic पहुंचाओ. Mic किधर है? And till the time I ask one question. This is also the question of list. Apart from the studies, how much time you allocate to other activities such as hobbies and sports? So, विधि बताओ. कुछ पढ़ने के अलावा कुछ काम किया है या केवल पढ़ाई किया है?
काम किया, but okay. It depends on the stage of your preparation. Early 11th, mostly I used to give like good amount of time, 2-3 hours for like other activities, just like playing outside with my friends or just gossiping with them as such, randomly keeping songs and dancing, anything. 12th, like as the journey progresses, the amount of time you allocate for this like will slowly decrease. 12th also like during may decrease by 1 hour, but yeah, the final 6 months, which I would say was the most like influential part of JEE prep, because like you're free from like mostly you're free from like a school and coaching and you're just studying. Those moments, yeah, I've cut down a lot on like other activities. Probably still kept like 1.5 hour, or instead of an like hobby of going down, it's like I spend time with my parents. That helped a lot. Just normally talking to them. So yeah, I would say time wise, yeah, initially 3-4 hours a day, but then as it goes to the end, 1-2 hours a day.
I think parents, please.
Yeah, thank you for having this wonderful session. So one question which I have is, I'm like, I don't know the exact statistics.
1200.
If you see the marks, like it is, I mean, like people who score 300, I think it would be around 80%. Who crosses 300 would be less than or 20%. Who crosses 350 would be delta of the 100%, right? So what is that most important to reach that last mile, which the students has to focus?
Any one of you want to answer? Asdeep?
I think 300 marks in JEE Advanced is like a huge achievement in itself, and when we talk about that that gap between 300 and 350, it's more dependent on how calm you are during the exam. Your exam it's more dependent on your exam temperament. All those students, I believe, who have scored above 300 have completed the entire syllabus and almost know every single of the concept. But what's different is like something what situations they faced on the exam day. Like even if you make one silly mistake, you directly lose 6 marks in your paper. So like that, I believe it's just it's just your temperament on that exam day. How come you were able? How much? How less silly mistakes did you do on that day? And all those things. I think that's it.
Yeah, next question.
Sir, sitting in the middle, hi, who is an IITian as well as teaching in Kota, who means this LN Institute. I have 2 questions. One is, when you were preparing and now you are teaching, how much is the JEE has changed specifically to the means IIT's pattern?
Okay.
And second thing is, okay, I got a kid who is in 6th now, and I just want to assess whether he is ready to be, means, or not today. How can I assess him whether he can go towards IIT or not?
Okay.
Sir, Pankaj sir, one request. AP09CT 1220 Volkswagen car 1220 AP09CT, and another is AP28 DE 2281 red car. I think see both the parks car parked opposite of fire station, so need to remove quickly. Actually, people are waiting outside for both the car 2281 1220. Please
do it that fast. Yeah. So the first question, how the JEE has changed. So see, JEE is all about changes, right? What I did almost 25 years back. I did my IT in 98. I passed out from 2002 here. So that time it was a subjective paper, but then kind of difficulty was same. And every year they are evolving themselves. They are changing their patterns, their strategies over here. So let's not compare what used to happen 25 years back and what's happening now. But I can tell you one thing, the exams like JEE or medical, it is all about evolving and keeping the pace with the current scenario, which is very, very important. And this is where the teachers comes in picture, because they are the most up-to-date persons on the planet. They know every year how the JEE is evolving or how the NEET is evolving, and basically it is their job. It is neither, as a parent, you shouldn't be thinking what how the J is evolving or what I should do or what we should do as a parent. You just have to take care of your ward in terms of motivation and in terms of health. Academics, you should leave on the faculty over here, because faculty is the one who are very much updated and they are looking the patterns, they are looking the toughness, they are looking the, what I say, content, weightage every year so closely over here. Second, your kid is in 6th class. So whether he is meant for IIT or not, it is, nobody can answer that. Just go with his interest. Whatever interest him, just try to give him that access and that, what I say, opportunities here with the time. If he's good in studies, if he is interested in mathematics, he will start excelling in the mathematics automatically, as these people said over here. If he has an interest in some other field, then I'll suggest give him the opportunity to go in that field over here. So go with his interest. With the time, it will get clarified very easily here. Thank you very much.
Any other question from the parent side?
Hello. Yes, sir. I have a question from teachers. What is the impact of board, whether it is CBSE board or state board? Is it having any effect on this journey, IIT journey?
No. Because almost every board in India has got 90% same syllabus over here. So there's no effect of board in the preparations of JEE or as well as the NEET exams or Olympiad exams. Because basic fundamentals are same, the syllabus is almost same. So irrespective of any board, students are doing well and excelling in those exams here.
So there is no like impact of board?
No.
Because I heard that in advanced exam, they get more questions if they are studying in CBSE board.
No. It is not so.
No, I'll add one thing, because in Hyderabad, in Andhra and Telangana, this intermediate 1 and 2, their number of chapters are just shuffled compared to the CBSE. Means there are certain chapter in mathematics which is there in the 11th
and 12th.
But when we complete the chapters of 11th and 12th together, I think it is almost...
Yeah, overall syllabus is same. 90% syllabus is same across all the board in India.
Next question. Mike, can somebody send the mic?
My
there?
star, I think last three
Two more
questions from
questions.
audience.
Yeah, two
last
more.
three questions from audience,
Yeah,
then we'll wind up.
Can you touch upon something on the revisions actually? Because I was hearing like 20 to 30 times like people revision the NCERT books, keep on revisioning, right? So how does these guys actually are managed to revise the...
I think let's ask these only. Rhythm, can you answer about the revision?
So revision is very important for like each exam or boards, be it JEE mains or advanced, especially in chemistry. So we also like learned, we also read the NCERT throughout multiple times for getting the gist of it and remembering it on the fingertips, and also the material that have been provided by the faculties at LN. And so we used to revise a lot. We had at least three rounds of revision complete, 3 rounds of complete revision, and like including the boards as well. So revision is very important, yeah. And in physics and maths, it's mostly about the practice. So in that, we revisit the concepts by solving questions related to the topic.
Okay. Sagar, your thought on revision? Quick thoughts on revision.
Yeah, I would just like to repeat what he said. That's it. Like revision is, of course, very important, and also it's very important for but the amount of revision that you have to do differs from, say, exam to exam. For example, boards, because let's say you doing the revision for JEE Advanced, you're preparing for JEE Advanced, you've completed the syllabus, then you're doing revision. That will cover most of what you will do, the revision you'll do for, say, boards or your JEE main. So I would say don't focus like exam-wise. I mean, you can, a week prior, you can maybe focus on that particular exam. But before that, just focus on strengthening your concepts in every subject. regardless of what exam you're preparing for?
Okay, one thing before the next question comes over here, I can see so many of parents wants to ask the questions. One request, last 2 questions from your side, which are relevant to these students.
Hello.
Because then they need to fly back to Mumbai. Tomorrow they have got a class. And any other question which is not directly related to the studies or students or the system or teacher or everything, me and my sir is here for whole night. So we are available for you, Anna.
Yeah, one question from my side. Thanks, Ellen, for organizing this wonderful session. So, and congratulations to all these stars. So my question to these stars that you were the self-driven or driven from your parents or mentor? That's very important from my side, actually. I just want to understand.
Anshul?
So I really love physics, like physics and math is my bread and butter. So I was mostly self-driven throughout it. Like there were some low points where my mentors and my parents helped me out, but the majority of my preparation I carried myself.
See, helping is a different thing, but what they are asking whether you did because of the pressure of your parents or wish of your parents or you wanted to do it.
Oh no, my parents never told me to do JEE. This was completely my choice.
So a quick answer from every one of you. Sagar, you did it or your parents wanted to do it?
I did it for myself.
Rhythm?
Yeah, I wanted to do it. So.
Ved?
Yeah, it was my interest only.
Rajdeep?
Yeah, it was my own dream.
Videep?
Yeah, my own dream, definitely.
I knew the answer already. But still I asked everybody. Why I repeated this? Because I'm requesting parents again. Go with the interest of your ward. Don't force anything on them. Please, don't force anything on them.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a question to all the students, the toppers here. If one change you would like to bring into the education system, the way the teachings happen, what it would be? I would like to hear from each one of you. Thank you.
That's a hard question.
I think though it's not a relevant question to them, but still, since you cracked the JEE, so try that.
I mean, I just like more, like it's good enough, but like the more personalized education can get, the better it will be. That's what I would say. So I think eventually the computers or something, like if every single student has a mentor, that would be great. Like if every student gets enough time. We do get enough time, but there are definitely students in India who are not. So yeah.
Rajdeep?
So like it would be great, like at least for me, if like students as early as 8th or 9th were like allowed to choose the subjects they wish to pursue, because a lot of time what I felt was I was studying subject just for the sake of clearing boards or clearing my 12th exam, and that really didn't add any value to like myself as a person. So like I'd really like more flexibility in the curriculum.
Very good, very good. Wait.
Like apart from what Rajdeep said about the flexible curriculum, I believe that like in the earlier classes there is like the learning slope is very low, and in just at the beginning of 11th and just at the beginning of 9th it suddenly increases. I think it can be more smooth.
There's a huge gap between the 10th, level, toughness level and 11th, 12th. This is what he's saying, right, Anna? So that gap should be bridged. Rajdeep, or Rhythm, sorry.
So I feel that there should be so some part of the syllabus can definitely be shifted down, and maybe more of the general things. For example, if we talk about the civics, then more of the civic sense and the common things that we do in life that are not taught at the school at the very basic level. For example, like maybe more rules of constitution and all, so that we know what we are doing.
Very good. Sagar?
I feel like students, especially younger students, need a bit more exposure from various different topics such that they can see what it all is and just choose their interest, do what they're interested in.
Anshul?
Yeah, I'd like to add on to Sagar's point. I'd like there to be like more discussion of more career options, like rather than.
Very good. Excellent.
So, thank you. One last question.
Last
that
question.
I had.
Last question.
So I have two questions primarily, one to the students who have cracked and one to the management. First, I mean, there are many students and colleges who are following a practice wherein the students will start their classes from 8 a.m. to probably say 10:30 p.m. or so every day for many years. So the question to these students is, do you think that level of intensity is actually needed during your preparation to crack? Because you have topped it. We want to hear from you, is that level of intensity really needed? Should everybody slog from say 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. every day? Is that a necessity at all? If yes, from when and what should be their priority is the first question to students. Do you want me to ask the second question now or should I wait for the answer?
Second question later. We are here only, don't worry. Na?
Yeah.
No, definitely not. That was I heard that and I have never heard of that myself. Like I have not seen anyone study that much. It's not necessary to study that much. One thing I would like to add is please stop focusing on amount of time you're studying and start focusing on amount you're finishing.
Very
Right?
good.
It's okay if you study for 3 hours if you finish what you could study in 12 hours.
Rajdeep.
I think it depends a lot on the goal you have at hand. Like, let's say if I want to be really good at cricket, say in the next 2 years, I would obviously have to put a lot of effort. So like, if I have a lot of time at hand, that naturally gives me the ability to like take it slow and go slow. But if it's the last stage of my journey and it's the last month and day is just around the corner, I would obviously have to put in more hours to secure the same result.
No. I think there's a difference in question and what you answered. It is not about you putting the time. It is about whether institute should give you classes from morning 8 to in the evening 8 or they should give you some time for self-study.
Oh, for that, like I strongly believe like coaching classes should be as minimal as possible. And personally, our classes were like only 4-5 hours with like breaks in between the classes. And I never felt that they were lacking in anything. And they also gave me like enough time to revise and like just apply the concepts I had learned at class.
Thank you. Ved.
Yeah, I agree with Rajdeep here that we didn't have a long hour of classes in Allen, at least. We had 4-5 hours of classes, and I think that was sufficient. And like from if they are planning to teach from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and planning to complete the syllabus in just 1 year, I think that would be like you will just teach the syllabus to the students, but the students will not be able to grasp the most of it.
Not be able to grasp and absorb that.
Because their efficiency would decrease. Like 12 hours continuous study is like too much.
Right. Rhythm.
Yeah, I also firmly believe that self-study is very, very important for grasping the things and learning them and using them in the future. So we all were in the same way. So we had 4-5 hours of classes a day, and then the rest of time we used to study on our own. And so the study should be target-based, as Videep said, and we should focus on whatever the things are given at the as the homework or as the assignments by the faculties that we should do in time, and then the remaining should be appropriately set by ourselves.
Sagar.
To answer your question, no, absolutely not. I believe no child should have to go through that. Which is what I love about Allen's system. We have very minimal hours of class every day, and a lot of our time we put into self-study, which, of course, it helps in our preparation, but it also builds us for our future. It helps us become more disciplined, doing work by ourselves without any external force pushing down on us, forcing us to do work. So I feel like it also builds us as functioning members of society.
Anshul.
Yeah, I personally don't think 12 hours of classes for me is at all feasible. Like I cannot sit that long. So for me.
Yeah, right. Okay.
On the second question, a quick one, but again, a question on to the management.
Sir, that we'll answer later, please, because they have to fly back, sir.
I'll just complete the question because I may not get the opportunity again. Welcome to Hyderabad. Thanks for opening the institute here. How do you assure us, the parents and kids in Hyderabad, that the same standard and quality that you are maintaining in Kota will also be maintained in Hyderabad?
I will answer this question. Certainly, I'll answer, but after some time.
One question, sir, from this side to the students. So regarding the time management, when we studied, we woke up early in the morning and then studied. So what kind of time management you did during the self-study?
You mean to say by studying early morning or late nights?
Yeah, that's what.
Okay, one quick answer, whether you studied late night or early morning or that's it.
Okay, I'll try to make it as short as possible. During 11, 12, study whenever you want, but as the exam gets closer, study at the time period where your exam is going to be.
Very good. Rajdeep.
And one thing is that how did you manage the pressure and as well as the pleasure? So you said that when you were pleasing as a pressure, you avoided junk food and these kind of things. So how would you come out of that pleasure situation to do pleasure situation from the pressure?
So like it's all about the balance. Like I used to have pizzas and burgers like at least once every week, but that's individual to me. But I'd say I never compromise like a lot of pleasure for like all my academics and all. But at the same time, it's important to maintain a balance because you can't be like you can't have everything which you want in your life. Like you have to sacrifice some things to get others.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
The last one.
So thank you, Mahesh sir. Thank you, Alan, for conducting this session. It was really wonderful meeting all the toppers here. At the outset, let me apologize for holding you up with one more question. So my apologies, but I really need to ask you this. I know Videep and Sagar have already mentioned it, but my question is related to the time management itself, but I wanted to understand what was your daily routine as far as your, as an JEE aspirant, how did your day look like? I mean, other than the Allen classes, what all you would do, how much sleep you would get, and how much time you would spend on studies. So that's something very important for basically inculcating some discipline in the kids.
Sir, if you'll allow me, I'll answer this question in general on behalf of all the kids. Because this is what we have been telling them from last so many years, every mentor, every teacher. And see, it's a very macro planning, not micro, because micro will go as individuals over here. Macro planning, I'll make it very fast. At Ellen, we have got classes of every day, 5 hours of classes on an average, 5 hours of classroom teaching. Then we save 1 hour getting ready for the Ellen commuting and all this, 6 hours. Minimum 8 to 9 hours of self-study at home. So this comes out to be around 15 hours in the Ellen as well as the self-study over here. After that, minimum 6 to 7 hours of sleep, which is must. Must means because we are not machines and we have to go very long. And only a sound sleep will give you the, sound mind over here. Then only you can increase your efficiency. So minimum 6 to 7 hours of sleep is must. So I think this comes out to be around 21 to 22 hours over here. Minimum half an hour for your physical health. As a physical health, maybe some walk, some games or some running, whatever suits you or whatever is available to you over here. So half an hour for physical health, then 1 hour for getting daily routine works and food over here. So that's a macro planning. On an average, 12 to 14 hours of study along with the classes, 6 to 7 hours of sleep, 1 to 2 hours in food and your daily routines here. Minimum half an hour for your physical health, or if it is allowed, then another 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour for your mental health also here. When I say mental health, maybe some meditation, some spirituality, whatever is being done at your home under the guidance of your parents and your family members here. Thank you very much.
Last one more question they can ask. The time is there. Miss. Last question.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to ask the last question. This question is again regarding the time management during the revision and during the solving of exam. Last exam.
Okay. Rajdeep?
Yeah, during revision, it's very important to divide the time based on like how much you are lacking in a subject to like answer it quickly. And in an exam, like it's very important to do it in stages, as others have mentioned, like do the easy question first, then the medium ones, then the tough ones. And while doing that, you should have a like idea that like after giving like tens of exams, you should have idea that if the exam is like a medium level paper, you should be able to complete the first round in, let's say, like an hour and a half, and the last 2 rounds in the rest of the time. So like that macro management of time could be there, but like it's obviously not a good practice to like allocate exactly 3 minutes for every question, because like the level of the question varies quite a lot in the same paper.
Okay. Yes. Last question, sir, please. Yeah, generally students feel that mathematics is difficult part. It will take time to time in the examination. So how, which subject to be taken first? I mean, is it student interest or else is there any common thing that should be followed?
In the final exam.
Yes, yes.
There is no common guidelines. You can talk.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would say, see, personally, I didn't focus on subject, I focus on questions.
Okay.
And there's a higher probability of you getting questions which you don't need to apply a lot in chemistry. So you can start with chemistry. But again, it's about the questions. Read the question and assess, can you do that question in time? So as I already mentioned my strategy of reading to the questions and doing the questions which you can do in like 30 seconds.
Okay.
So don't try to like
Concentration
categorize
and
on
math.
subject.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
कुछ छोटा बच्चा एक yellow t-shirt. Yes, beta. Last for you. Yeah, speak.
My sir is so generous now.
हाँ. नहीं वो कब से खड़ा हुआ है?
Okay, so Bhaiya, I'm right now in 7th grade. Like, I know I must give IIT JEE in like 12th grade, but how do I keep myself motivated? Like, this is a 7-year road which I have to keep myself motivated.
Ved will answer because Ved is 7 years student
studied
from
in
LN.
7.
So Ved should answer this question.
Ved, better you tell that because 7th class there is no IIT. So do you have any target in between the IIT and 7th class?
7th में क्या
I
करना
think that
चाहिए,
would be.
8th में क्या करना चाहिए, कैसे अपने आप को
That is
motivate
what he wanted to know.
So, like the general answer to your question is the motivation for me was my interest. Like whenever I studied these physics or maths, like whenever I solved a question or learned a new concept, I never felt like I am just done with it. I even felt more curiosity to know more about it. So, and apart from that, I didn't just start my preparation from 6th or 7th class. Like I used to I earlier attempted multiple Olympiads, and in 8th and 9th I prepared for IJSO, International Junior Science Olympiad, and also won a gold medal there. And like that was a huge step which in which I was exposed to the some portions of JEE physics and JEE physics, chemistry and mathematics, and that was the point that further instigated my interest in these subjects. And apart from that, for maths, I also participated in multiple Olympiads. What I'm saying overall is that I was interested in it. I was not fed up with it after doing it.
Very good.
Hello, my name is Nachiketa. I'm an 8th student. So I just have a question about Olympiads. Like we have say NSCGS, it's a non-MPC Olympiad. It has biology, and like how is it possible to balance biology and MPC at the same time? Because IOQM also happens about exactly at the same time.
Who will answer this question? Rhythm.
So you definitely don't have to do everything, and so you can just allot some time for studying biology separately. I also did prepared for NSCGS in 8th, and I personally used to study biology a lot, yeah, so there won't be much effect, I think, on the normal school studies. You could suppose you study 2 hours a day biology consistently, then you would definitely be able to remember things and do well in NSCGS.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Sohini. I am also an 8th student. So basically, if you are studying, should you focus more on the number of chapters or topics or questions you're studying, or like the number of hours you're studying? Because like if you do not know a concept, it might take little long to solve a question. So it kind of demotivates if you take little bit longer time to solve. But if you're still putting in the effort to study for longer hours, like it makes sense. What do you think?
Vidip.
I think I told this a lot already. Just focus on the amount you're covering. And okay, this one more thing I would like to add is maybe not everyone can cover equal amounts and equal days. So you, for first initial days, just set some goals. If they're too easy, then make your goals harder. If they're too hard, make your goals easier. But focus on covering certain amount of concepts, certain amount of questions every day. Don't focus on hours. Because if you push yourself too hard, you could have realized you probably could have done the same thing in 5 hours what you took 12 hours, just because you wanted to study for more, but you're not concentrating. Right? Yeah.
I think we
I
should.
think, bolo, last, jaldi se, quick.
Hello, I am Avan Panda. I am studying in Cambridge right now. You know the curriculum. So, since I want to crack J, do you think it's easy to crack J in CBSE, or do you think it's better to stay in my path IGCSE? Because I get good marks in IGCSE. What do you think?
I think they will not be able to answer this question because all of them are from CBSE board or state boards. But okay, Rhythm has answer.
So, like, I have a few friends, like, we all have few friends at IIT, those are from IGCSE only. Two, they are also from LN, and they have done quite well in JEE. Like, one is JEE Mains rank 2, and like, he's doing quite well. So you can do any of those and just be focused on the preparation of JEE.
You can crack JEE or any exam with any board in India.
Sir? Sir?
Yes.
My name is Kavish. I have a question. Is it better to study at morning or at night?
The same question.
That I
ho
will
gaya,
answer.
beta.
But
And one more question.
they have to catch the flight.
How to prepare more questions in limited time?
That Vidip has answered this question so many times.
More practice. beta.
Don't try for more.
What is
Focusing-
3 into 2? I'll give the answer. What is 3 into 2?
6.
362 into 362? No answer. That is the answer. See, if you have a more practice.
With 1 minute, we would like you to speak about your achievements age-wise, because one of the students from class 10th was saying, so please, your achievements index, can you talk about it, please? Say class में क्या क्या achieve किए थे आप? Ved.
Like classes in classes 6th and 7th, like there are SOF Olympiads, Silver Zone Olympiads, and I used to attempt them. And from in class 8th and 9th, I fully focused on NACJS, which is the first stage of the International Junior. Gold medal there. And after that, in class 10th, my major focus was on, in the initial phase, my major focus was on NTSE, and after that, NTSE was actually cancelled due to COVID. And I'd started preparing for JEE. And in 11th and 12th, I majorly, my main focus was on JEE, but I also spared some time and prepared for economy. And in 11th, I was selected for the second stage, but could not qualify for the camp in physics. But in 12th, I was selected in all 3 Olympiads, and I also won a gold medal in physics Olympiad.
Excuse me, I'm really sorry
Yep.
for this inconvenience. Like, these guys have cracked IIT's JEE Advance. So when they give the mock test before the JEE Advance, sometimes they get low marks. What did you do to get motivation to like just get your score up in JEE Advance?
Okay, Anshul, answer fast. Anshul, last question तुम answer कर दो उसका ना. Just answer fast.
Right. I think
But that's the last question.
we've already covered that many times. So First is talking to your parents will keep your motivation. And again, I think if you have that inner drive, I think if you really want to do it, then you will end up doing it. Like if one test goes bad, no stress, it's fine. But like, just improve.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you everyone. And
बाकी अगर कुछ questions आपके हैं, so we'll answer. Me and my sir will answer on behalf of them also here, because we have been with them.
event अभी चलना है अभी. We are going to felicitate
We
the
can go
student.
till the whole night, right?
Yeah, we are here only.
हम लोगों को दिक्कत नहीं है ना, ठीक है ना? Fine.
And today, since we have crossed the 1,200 admissions in Hyderabad, so we are cutting the cake in presence of all the superstar and in presence of our senior vice president Pankaj Birla sir. So please बच्चों join, क्योंकि ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा achievement है आप लोगों की हाथों से जो ये केक कटने वाला है. कम वेद कम. हाँ, तुम तीन इसको पकड़ो, हम तो बीच में पीछे खड़े हैं. आज किसी का बर्थडे तो नहीं उधर नीचे? Any kids? Any birthday?
Any kid who has a
Raise
birthday
your
today?
hand.
Please come on the stage. Huh?
Please
come on the stage.
किसका है? आ जाओ जल्दी आओ. Fast.
Give a big round of applause for him. Please, let's celebrate your birthday here along with our 1,200 students, Mark.
रिदम की हॉबी थी गाना गाना, राइट? रिदम ने बोला गाना गाने के लिए, तो रिदम एक गाना गा सकता है बर्थडे पर. हम भी अगर बच्चे होते और नाम हमारा होता डब्लू बबलू. ये हॉबी थी ना गाना गाने की.
See, please don't judge me.
Students who have appeared in sharp examination and are to be felicitated, we request you to line up outside this hall there. Our volunteers are there.
हम भी अगर बच्चे होते नाम
भी अगर बच्चे होते नाम हमारा होता बबलू डबलू खाने को मिलते लड्डू तो दुनिया कहती हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. थैंक यू सो मच.
May I request the students who are to be awarded here from class 5 to class 10, they are there in the sharp exam. Can you please assemble outside? Students only, our volunteers are there.
Don't know you.
Outside this hall, please. Outside the hall, please. Students who are to be felicitated with cash rewards, please.
No problem. No issues. Doesn't matter. Take it completely. Fine. Go. अरे खाते नहीं क्या? चम्मच पकड़ो अपनी. सर खिलाओ सबको. You are not from Ellen. That doesn't mean. खूब केक खिलाया हमने इन बच्चों को.